Yeah, what's China going to do when they enter the war? What would they do? Would they send tunneling machines underneath of Israel? Tunneling machines that can go directly straight up, down, sideways, whatever. When the tunneling machine hits another tunnel, is it going to turn right and start blasting shit with, lasers and stuff while robots turn left and pursue on while little remote control or self propelled, you know, cars, like little remote control cars carrying little hydrogen bombs, start zooming through, jumping, bouncing around, running on fucking walls and ceilings, you know, finding people and taking them out as, little drones and stuff fly ahead of them, hitting people with lasers and microwaves and all kinds of fucking tech. Whatever they choose to run in there, whatever's most energy efficient, because, they probably don't want to let loose any good tech, you know. Just have little liquid hydrogen bombs, let loose some of your little insect tech, might as well, you know. Um, they got a bumblebee and a dragonfly that ain't worth a fuck here in America, you know. So it's real fucking poor quality, you know. And then biotech shit like that. Well, how you gonna like it when your tunnel all of a sudden gets a light projected to the end of it, and that light bends around the corners and fucking gets your people? How you gonna like it when like this light is a laser? Or how you gonna like it when this light isn't just a laser, it's relative environment. So it bends around and figures out who you are and projects an image to you, projects a reality to you. Robots come through, zip tie you, hold you accountable, take you with them back through the tunnels, start arresting you all, not killing you, just arresting you all, put you in work camps, make you earn your own food and build your own homes and everything else, you know, take every fucking thing that you got. What happens if China enters the war? They drive right through the data centers. They'll just fucking take them all out. You know, they're going to send supersonic crafts over that you can't touch, dropping little tiny pellets, little liquid hydrogen pellets. And it's just going, technology that, can be detonated whenever it wants, wherever it wants, whenever they want to, detonate it whenever, so that, when your responders come in, you can choose which ones it takes out and don't take out, you know, uh, bounce off the ground, what, 20, 30, 40 feet, start traveling, little tiny BBs, find their destination, find a target, just continue to move on, you know. So what are you going to do? Are they going to send a little BB, or are they going to send one big enough to take your city out, take out a whole fucking underground base, you know? So, like, what happens when China enters the war? We get a regime change. And you guys lose. You guys lost. Motherfucker, you can't live a good fucking honest win. You can't transform and make the power of our money strong again. You're not smart enough to see the fucking path forward, then you don't deserve to have power and provide choices, for the people. You just don't have that right. You don't have it. Everything that you think that you have is false and fake. The money that you have, the influence, power that you think you had lived, the fear you have, every bit of it's false and fake. You get the fucking people that don't sign up with you to help, and you fucking concede, and you fucking hand power of these entities over to enforce and protect the value of the dollar. The companies are already being stripped of all their profits. So just consider those profits, you know, all unnecessary, and you take that away from the price of the goods, aside from paying the employees better and, helping in that manner, and cleaning up your act when it comes to, the way that you treat the world and the people, give back everybody's fucking land, Monsanto's, you know. All you guys are going to fucking do a 180, or you're going to be fucked. You can earn a black cross. That means you can continue on. I teach you how to do that. Ain't nobody else gonna teach you. You'll fucking lose and you'll get fucked because you're sneaky little bitches. If you want to learn the real way, you got to learn from someone who knows you and me. Yeah, so you have to know me. All right, I already fucking know you. You have to know me by meeting me. You'll never know me, you know. But once you know me, you'll know me enough to know yourself a little bit more. And then you'll be able to understand where you can find the path forward that you agree with, that you look to find sovereignty with. And we can structure something for you that you'll enjoy more than anything that you're able to come up with your small mind, your weak little small mind. You know, Zionist Goyim, the Zionist Goyim, you know, little fucking herd of fucking idiots that are about to get wiped the fuck out. You want to exist? You think you got the right to exist, bitch? Then, you know, turn your stupid ass around, some positive economy. You have to give me $33 billion if you want me help. United States of America. Give me $33 billion in 2 fucking years. Give me Hawaii. I'll set an example. I don't need to own power over nothing else. I just want to help Hawaii. Allow my system to flourish in Hawaii. Allow these people to be free. And watch how much more Hawaii alone can benefit the United States financially under my economic system than the entire United States together. And my system doesn't need a population control that harms, kills, poisons, and takes away the ability of mankind. It doesn't take, it doesn't need any kind of infliction on man. It doesn't need any kind of oppression. It generates way more income, protects the value of the dollar, makes our money worth more, makes everybody want to use it more, makes everybody want to vacation here, makes everybody want to live here, makes everybody fucking love us. We provide every single type of economy for every single country in the world. And when I say like your Black Cross societies, well, we'd have societies for every country of the world if people wish to zone their land to their country. And the laws on that land will be to that country because it'll be a peaceful, approved country or whatnot, you know. And that's very fucking honorable, you know. And we're going to start taking away restrictions and start, you know, empowering people, enable them to move forward and, you know, start teaching a better way. You know, my economy will turn out to be stronger than, you know, all of the economies you've ever experienced, you know, and the fruition of all things will come true and become a reality, you know, like even the protection of man. That's the most important thing. I know that you felt these Zionists think that you want to slave and kill everybody. Well, they have to be zoned to your properties. They have to be zoned to that type of land. They have, if you earn a black cross, then you know, hey, you guys can do anything to each other that earn that cross. You know, and then there's different types of societies. You don't have to be a black cross society. That's, you know, everybody's within their own structure, and if you're zoned within certain parameters, then that's what you have to live with and follow, or if you're not allowed to go from place to place originally without crime, without victimization, without doing anything ignorant. You should be able to go anywhere in this world on any type of land, but you should know the laws and rules of that land before you go there. And you should have to um, you should have notice, and you should be able to decide whether or not you want to, you know, go to these places, and you should be able to come back and forth. And you know, if you commit crimes and so forth on regular land, like if you're not allowed to do drugs on regular land, like certain types, then you would have to go to these places, or body enhancements. Certain cultures would say, hey, we don't have body enhancements here, it's against our law. So you'd have to go to a culture where you could have body enhancements. You know, mind mapping, same thing. All these different techs, who's offering it, who's got what, you know. So you start moving into the future. Who's got the best flying car? Quit being scared of the technology. Quit being scared of the fucking innovations. You scared of a fucking robot? What for? Well, because they can send little tiny robots that turn into cars, helicopters, little drones that can fucking shoot fucking projectiles out and shit. Have a little fucking 6 inch tall fucking robot speeding through about fucking 50, 60 miles an hour that's gonna hunt somebody down, start springing off the walls. Yeah, they could do that. You motherfuckers are hit. We're getting our regime change, so like, do you want to change? Do you want to change and show everybody how smart you are? Show everybody that doubling the prices of things makes all your money half as valuable while somebody's telling you it's going to help you. Where? People's going to hunt you, bitch. There's nowhere you can go. All right, so how do you really make a change? You make the money more valuable. So instead of increasing the price on everything, which makes everybody buy less, which takes away your support, closes down your companies and everything else, and the money they offer could never be enough to be worth a fuck in that direction because the inflation's insane, from $3 to 3 billion. Yeah, fuck that. Think about it. So you'll have nothing. You'll have a month's fucking rent being a trillionaire. Really? Okay. So you'll have that, and then there'll be all kinds of fucking people with free rent, and you'll be a fucking goyim, you know? And look up the definition. You are goyim, and they treat you like it, and you don't realize that that's why they're after you. If you want to keep your strength and your power, you move forwards in the way to where you keep your strength and power. Your fucking $1 trillion, if you drop the price of things by 50% and it stabilizes across all platforms, then $1 trillion worth 2 trillion. Your whole life, you just doubled your income. So what happens? You gain support from the people, you provide for people, small fractions of profit continue to build up, and it's worth more than what you have earned with your inflation because you could do more with it. What's wrong with you? So I'm here to save you. And, I'm talking to the billionaires, I'm talking to the Masonic Temple. I'm Apollyon, I'm the fucking leader of the Masonic Temple. So all the 33s that don't go some like positive, some positive, quit victimization outside of their specific culture, their knowing culture. People signed up. That means you don't victimize anybody outside of your culture that's not part of your culture. And when I say your culture, it's not snuck in some contract somewhere. It's very open, honest, and known. So you don't get to hide it. You don't get to trick people, you know. So anyway, have a great day. Keep smile, and let's see if you're smart enough to live another day. You piss China off. They've got millions of ways to fucking take you out. With technologies, they don't mind sharing. You know, so they can bend light around corners and continue bending light because they send information through the light, makes it refract off itself, different types of fields and stuff, that energies they send through. And they can, get into your mind, figure out your mind. Once they link with your mind, they got you, so they're able to fucking send you any kind of information they want, you know. So they'll just give you a picture of you, make you in some type of reality. They don't have to kill anybody at all. And they can, you know. And both of them's, I guess it's easier for them to kill everybody a whole lot. But, I don't think they want to do that. I think they're just going to do some wild fucking shit. They can change your mind. Like, literally, change your mind, you know. So, whatever makes you you, that's bad, just take it all out. Oh, but the FBI can do that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, if, like I say, you know, if I wanted to be somewhere else and I didn't like where I was, then I could get the memory later and live somewhere else during the time that I was there, you know. And it would be me there, and it would be me at the other place. Because once you transfer memory and backup memory for someone else, and you could even take one person while they're in a certain place, and you can take another person in another place, and you can switch them, and you can switch their memory, or you can leave both of them with one person's memory, and that one person lives outside and the other person lives inside, and both of them have the same knowledge and they both build memory. And then they take the one person and they say, all right, now you get the memory from there and you keep it. And what happens is the other person can have a portion of that memory put back into the platform at which we saved, and we'll alter it into their memory. And then their experience that's been, well covered and handled and manipulated through AI that represents them in video, talk, text, everything, you know, then, they're able to go back to their life with the life experience, you know, and they might just give you a new life experience and decide to give you whatever, memories that they want and that match up with the AI, you know, that they created for you. And you'd think it was part of your life. So it's pretty neat. It's kind of interesting, you know, how they can do like all your tattoos and everything else and do all these amazing fucking things. And, they can clone people pretty quick now. I mean, real quick. And that's something that's been going on for a super long time. The mind mapping's been going on for over 100 years, you know. So all the technologies with atom bombs and everything, it's been going on for 200 years, easy. So how do you think we fucking took over America? America's only been free for 25 years, and that was from like 1776 to 1801 was the time at which everybody thought we was free. For being America, that was the time we was free because that was the time that they treated everybody good in order to try to trick them into locking in the establishment that we have today. So the establishment was right there, but they was managing everything outwards. So that's what their idea was, and their plan was to promote the slavery and the objectification and start the war to take America. 1776, we didn't have America yet. It wasn't a civil war. It was a war that didn't end until after the Civil War. That started way back, you know. So 1801 is when John Mitchell, the fake false 33rd degree false Mason, you know, that's when the filthy worship of Moloch entered the Masonic temple. And it's not part of the temple. It's a false fake attachment, just like the people of Israel do everywhere. It's a Zionist attachment, So they've been blackballed from the temple. The temple named me Apollyon. They named me the leader of the Masonic temple and all mosaics, So they know a lot more about me than you know about me. And you can learn more about me. I'm not afraid to share it. And I've got ways of helping all of you. And I got ways of fucking, if I don't help you, then, fuck you and you suffer your own shit, but I'm not going to turn you down if you come out with a fucking good report, with bad report, whatever. You come out and you show respect and you're willing to fucking win. You're willing to build a win and quit your dumb ass fucking fighting. Or if you want to fight, fine, create an area for it. Make it the most badass fucking area that you could ever imagine. Have all kinds of cool obstacles and shit and all kinds of fun fucking entertainment, whatever the fuck you want, but you're not going to do what you're doing. You'll do more and less, if that makes any sense. And, there's a lot of things you just don't think of. People just don't see what's right in front of them. So let me show you a new life, a new way, show you how to gain real power in a way that doesn't victimize people, because there's a lot more fucking power, without hurting people. That's a goddamn guarantee. It's a fucking fact, Anyway, and you're still allowed to have your own opinions. I don't give a fuck. It's not an argument. If people don't agree, they just don't agree. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to put you into a contract that you don't fucking agree with. Contracts are agreed on both sides. I'm able to do that for you. If you need to fucking a win, you need your sovereignty, you need to gain redemption and accountability, and you don't want to die, and you're a fucking billionaire, you want to learn how to protect yourself, you want to learn how to build something that protects your people, you know, or people like you. But we're going to do these things in a way that stops bad things from happening all the way around. So you learn to live win. There's plenty of space. There's plenty of materials. There's never a lack of anything in this world. And it's time to build the real new world, not the false fate, 33rd degree dystopian bullshit. Not the old world order anymore. Fuck your old world order. It's time of Aquarius, you know. So time of Aquarius, the Aquarius Empire, that's literally, the empire of the people. All people belong. All. Everyone. And if you step outside of your culture and victimize, then you die. Or, it depends. We can kill you. Technology will kill you, or it'll fucking stop you from hurting them in the first place. It, like, literally, like, you hurt somebody, it'll heal them real quick, whatever, or it'll stop the, offense, and just stop you from being able to hurt people, stop you from being able to leave your cultural land. If you want to be a jackass, it shock you, fucking puts you to sleep, whatever, puts you right back in your own fucking house. Be like, fuck you, dude, you're not allowed out there. No dumb shit, no prison, no fucking dumb shit. Make life the best you can. Yep. All right, have fun. Fuck off.